Hello, welcome back. In this video, we're going to be talking about what you need to know about homeschooling. And in that context, what we're really going to be talking about is what can you expect from homeschooling? What are some of those challenges that maybe pop up and that sort of thing? Those are the kinds of things we're going to talk about what you need to know in this video. All right, so what I hear from parents is 5 things that they really want to know. 1 is, what can I expect? What will be some of the challenges in balancing teaching and work out? 2, what about those subjects that I don't really feel very competent in? Social skills, how am I going to develop those with my child? What about the financial strains? What can I really expect from that to happen? And then, how am I going to be able to stay motivated day in, day out to teaching and balancing all this stuff out? So we'll talk about all those things in this video. Planning is the key to kind of being prepared to homeschool. And in the plan means also planning for the unexpected. So what you can really expect is you're going to have times where you've got to kind of juggle things, trying to balance your work, trying to balance home responsibilities, house responsibilities, whatever those other things are besides just teaching. The unexpected, like you get sick. The best way to handle all that is to try to imagine ahead of time what may come up, what demands may come on your plate, and then have this will be my best course of action. And then, of course, there are things that will always come up that are unexpected, that are almost impossible to plan for, and your mindset and being able to deal with those in the moment are going to be crucial as well. We do need to discuss socialization. This is probably one of the most recurring themes of all the questions, all the things I get that we have to address, because there's so many people who just don't think that you can get the proper socialization outside of public school. Then, really, think about some of the issues we read about and hear about too often in public schools. Is that really the socialization you want? Is it really what you want to expose your kid to on a regular basis? So you can think about it in that terms as well, and that may kind of help put some of the things at ease. But the bottom line is, you want your kid to get involved in programs and extracurricular activities, whether it's through the school, which is possible in many circumstances, or through community programs or sports or scouting organizations and all of those kind of youth organizations that are around there. They're going to get the socialization. So the socialization piece, it really is on you, right? You just need to be proactive and plan it out and figure out how you're going to get them involved in different things and what you want to try out. That's going to be the answer to any challenges that come up socialization-wise. One of your best friends as a homeschooling parent is the idea to help your child learn on their own, right? The self-teaching idea. Subjects that you may not feel competent in and may not be that competent in, when you know certain resources are available to point the child in the direction of so they can find answers to. Khan Academy is a perfect example. Learning how to do good Google searches so you can find YouTube videos such as these that will answer your question. My children learn that at an early age. I use that all the time. Another one that's now new is ChatGPT that can help find answers, figure out how to solve problems. We aren't just talking about finding an answer, but how to do something, right? So those are resources. The Robinson family is a homeschool family. There's 5 or 6 of them. The father and mom were scientists who had their own lab on their farm up in Oregon, and the mom suddenly passed away from some rare illness. And the father was left trying to homeschool his children in these broad ages on his own. And the older kids helped the younger kids, but they developed this homeschool self-teaching method. And essentially, that became the great tool. Now, the father was highly educated, so he could have helped in lots of these situations, but this whole idea of trying to balance things out as well all plays in. And the academic rigor, these children, they've all got advanced degrees, every one of them. They did exceptionally well academically in large part because they learned how to solve problems, find answers on their own. One of the things you really need to know about homeschooling is the cost associated with homeschooling. Those costs can vary enormously. One of the earliest things you need to decide is, are you going to be home full-time, teaching full-time, and does that mean that you have to give up income, right? That decision about who's staying home, who's teaching, kind of starts a snowball effect. All right, yes, I'm going to work at home part-time. It's, a laptop type job. So when I'm at home though, working, those hours I'm really going to have a hard time covering my homeschool. So how am I going to solve that? Who else can I help? What other resources can I bring in? Can I rely on setting up a really self-teaching model where they can work on their own? What would that look like? All of those things you can begin to find the answers for. There's lots of resources out there to think through those things. And it starts by asking the original questions. All right, what is this going to look like in terms of who's covering my kids, when and where? What is my work responsibilities, and how is that going to factor in financially? Do I need to hire somebody else? What sort of curriculum materials do I need to bring in? And begin to budget it out, write it down, and think and plan and find the resources to make it happen. In large part, your mindset is going to drive your creativity to solve whatever financial problems or challenges you think you have in this endeavor. How do you stay motivated? That's something parents ask all the time. And it really is focusing on the positive. This is what I also talk about with self-care and thinking about why you got into these things and replaying those. And also building into your schedule those fun days, those fun Fridays and things like that. When my kids were little, we had Friday, it was like starting the weekend. It was a big deal. We would pizza and movie night that became routine. They loved it. We loved it. It also helped release things. Before we started having kids, my wife and I, we both taught 2 jobs, day and night, in education, working with challenging students, day and night, 4 days a week. We needed our fun Fridays, and we had them. We looked forward to them. It made those other days kind of worthwhile. We were like, all right, this is Friday. We're here. We've got it. That helps you get motivated. Build those routines in. It's incredibly valuable and important. I invite you to subscribe to our channel. Check out all our other videos. We get more all the time. You also may be very interested in registering for our free webinar, Enhance Your Students' Performance to Next Level Success in Academics, Athletics, the Arts, and in Life. Register for that today, and I'll see you in the next video.